Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Monday, September 8th, 2025. We are here in Plainview, Texas at White Energy ethanol plant in Plainview, Texas. What we're going to be doing today, we picked up a load of Milo on Saturday. I didn't get no footage of it, but we picked up a load of Milo. They're hard and heavy on Milo harvest in our area right now, and we got some, I think we got 4 loads coming here. Uncle Adam's right behind me. He's got a load on. Plan for today is if Uncle Adam's got a load, after we get empty here, he's going to go to Freona and pick up a load of corn gluten pellets that's going back down to Plano, Texas to livestock nutrition, and then he'll bounce back over to Chilikothy, which is just 15 miles away, and then reload some more of these. Now me, not so lucky. Unless Boss Man can come up with me a load from Freona by the time we get out of here, I'm going to have to just deadhead all the way back to Chilikothy and get another load of this Milo to bring back here. It's going to be tight. It's my first time ever in here. I think we're at the front of the line here. Not sure what time they open. They kind of have banker's hours here from what I've heard. I think it's 7 to 3:30 is when they receive. So it's about it's 145 miles back over to Chilikothy, but it's got a lot of back roads. So instead of being just a 2-hour drive, I think it's going to be more like 2 hours, 15 minutes, 2.5 hours probably. So we're gonna have to be out of here by about 9 o'clock, get back over to Chilikothy at 10:30, and we need to get loaded in an hour and be out of there. Let's give me 9. Be out of here by 9, be down there by 11:30. Be out there by 12:30. That put us back over here at right at like 3 o'clock. And maybe get the second one unloaded. We got to get 2 in here to make this worth the flip, but we're going to try it out. We're going to see if it's going to work, and I think Bossman's going to work on the loads out of Freona. Freona is just 75 miles away here, so we'll be on a preloaded. We're going to try to be on that preloaded schedule every night. That way we can be here first thing in the morning when they open here to unload. So that's the plan. on there or not. So we're at the rest area between Florida, Texas and Matador, right here on the edge of the Caprock Canyons. I want a quick Texas history lesson. Henry H. Campbell, 1840 to 1911, a native of North Carolina. Henry Harrison Campbell arrived in Texas with his family in 1854. Following his service in the Confederate Army, he worked as a cattle driver, I'm sure that's supposed to say driver, cattle driver. In 1879, with 4 other investors, he founded the Matador Ranch at Ballard Springs, 10 miles southeast of here. Campbell's wife, Elizabeth Bundy, joined him at the ranch in 1880, refusing to live underground in the dugout. She insisted on camping in a tent until lumber could be hauled in for a 2-room house. She served as a hostess and a nurse on the ranch, and later was postmistress at Matador. In its first 3 years, the Matador Ranch holdings grew to include 40,000 head of cattle on 100,000 acres of land, with an additional 1.5 million acres of free-range rights. In 1882, the ranch was bought by a Scottish syndicate, the Matador Land and Cattle Company, Ltd. Campbell continued his association with the ranch, serving as ranch superintendent until 1890. Henry H. Campbell led efforts to create Motley County in 1891. After serving 2 terms as county judge, he retired to concentrate on his ranch interest on Dutchman Creek. He died in Matador on May 23, 1911. 71 years old. Young, 71 years young. So we got a boogie. Had to cool off a tire right quick. Get here and get me an allergy peel right quick. That dust kind of jacked me up when we was unloading. Uncle Adam said he had a mask. I should have got one from him, but I didn't. So we're gonna get on down the road. We gotta try to get down here, get loaded, and get back up here and kick one more off. I don't know if we're gonna get it done or not, but we shall see. Texas. So we were going to go out to the field and load, but y'all can see it's kind of overcast on the left, rainy looking. They got out there and got the cutting, and the moisture was a little high, so we're going to go back to the bin. And now we're going to the bin. We're going to go over here to the co-op right quick and get our empty weight. Then we'll roll over to where the bin's at. front of us. Thought we was gonna get to see it. Well, you still get to see it. Get to see it rolling. Get over to the co-op and get her weight. So we had to cool off the tire again. We're out here between Quanah, Texas and Paducah. Our boss man told him we're probably gonna need some couple tires on this old trailer. Come out 84,000 on the dot. Perfect. That was a perfect load. Couldn't ask for much better. So we're gonna make it back over there. Plenty of time to spare, I do believe. And my wheels still have gone for fluid. That one I thought we were gonna try to be able to make it through today with, it looks like we're not gonna make it through today. Or we're gonna make it through today, but that's it. Let's get on over to Plainview, get her kicked off. We'll get back over here and get us a preload and go home, and I guess we'll finish the day by fixing the wheel seal. Guys, we're pulling back in here. About 4 trucks on the back side, waiting to unload. Then we got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. So one thing good is the dumping that I noticed this morning. It took about 1.5 minutes to dump a hopper. So about 3 minutes for the whole truck. It didn't take long at all. So the line ought to move all right, I think. Right out here on the right is the Milo pile. This is where they normally stack a whole bunch of Milo up at when they have overflow. Looks like they're building something new there. I don't know if it's going to be the new pile, or if they're gonna put a building there, or put some more silos there, or what. I'm going on the probe, but alright, see you in a minute. Talking to Uncle Adam there. He's almost back down there to kick his off. Let's go, let's go. We're over here in Skelly and go around back. And it looks like they changed this back up. We're gonna go back between the ladders again here. I think we got 3 trucks left in front of us. Like I said, we're moving along at a pretty decent clip. Miss 806 went down to the Loves there at home. And they had our parts, so that's a good deal. Had our wheel seal, so she got me a new wheel seal and a new hub oiler gasket. So we got some hub oil already. Them brakes, when I did this wheel seal on this side, on the driver's side, I put a new set of brakes on both sides at that time. So yeah, they're gonna be nasty, but we got a pressure washer with a steamer on it. We'll be all right. We'll get her all cleaned up, put back together, be ready for tomorrow. Let these trucks get our way and get in here and kick her off. That old bald head, huh? that round in the books. Was dusty. Oh, Milo dust is prickly. I don't know how to explain it, but it's always been like that since I was a kid. We used to sack when I was in high school. I used to sack Milo and big old 100-pound sacks. Man, it used to wear me out back then too. We're gonna get on the scales here, get our ticket, and we're gonna ease on back down to Chilikothy and get us one more load, get our preload for tomorrow. And then it's about 72 miles to the house from Chilikothy. Get in there and get this wheel seal changed. Alright, we're just north of Chilikothy here. You can see the field full of Milo to our left. We're gonna hang the left right up here on this next county road. We're down there about a mile. And we're gonna load out of the field this time. So we can turn on the county road here and jump out, roll the tarp, and I'm gonna put my camera back there on the back so I can watch the know if the combine's gonna load us or a grain cart is gonna come load us. But one way or the other, we're gonna get loaded. moving back down to this end of the field. He said they got a little bit green down that way, so in other words, there's a little bit too much moisture in the Milo. We're gonna move it, come park back down here. I don't know if they got some they're gonna hit down here on this end or what, but we'll find out. We'll find out what's going on. note. So we're going back to the barn. I guess it's still running a little bit wet. A little bit wet. Back here at the co-op. Gonna get her empty weight. Some decent price diesel here, 304.9, I believe. On the med flap it was $2.95, so we actually got some sub $3 fuel for a change. So we got loaded. We're up here. We're about to head on to the house. It's about 7:30, 7:45 in the evening. It would take us about an hour and 15 minutes depending on traffic to get home. And when we get there, we're gonna change out that wheel seal on that steer axle on this side. Now, this video is already gonna be long enough, so we're not gonna do a how-to on the wheel seal. I'm just gonna time-lapse y'all through it. We get done with it, we're gonna close it out, and we're gonna call it a day. Look at that sunset. Man, look at that sunset. I even took a picture of it. Take my glasses off here. Yeah, that might even be our... So I tried to get some video of them harvesting a little bit out there with the drone, but they're having problems. It was too wet, so we didn't get any of that. But they said they got 4,000 acres to go, or 5,000 acres to go still. So they got quite a bit left to do. So we'll get some before it's all said and done. Slow down. It's almost full. So we're gonna get out here. So next thing y'all will see, unless I pass something cool going home with the lights on, is a time lapse of a wheel seal change. Time lapse we had going right here took
right at an hour to knock that wheel seal out. Sure wish I had time to wash the truck, but we don't have that kind of time right now. So I placed the tire up on the block here, lay overnight. That fluid, that gear oil can run up into the into the hub there. We'll add some more to it at 5 o'clock in the morning when we head out. So it is about a little after 10 o'clock right now. We're gonna clean up. Shop is a freaking mess. Stuff all over me. But yep, we're gonna clean up and we're gonna call it a night. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. Hope you enjoyed the hopper bottom video. We're gonna be doing quite a bit of hopper bottom, I guess, from now on. Every time I say that, it changes. So we still have 2 belly dumps sitting right there. But these folks have 5,000 acres. If we can keep hauling for them, we're gonna keep hauling for them. So till we get ready, we need at least about 3-4 good weeks of hauling, and we'll start getting ready to get our gin stuff ready. Get ready for that cotton harvest to kick off. So we'll check her out tomorrow, and we'll catch y'all on the next. Keep your shiny side up and the hammer down.